Hello, my name is Amelia Hunley. This is my leadership interview, and I will tell you a little bit about what I learned from a leadership perspective from the head coach at the University of Florida Gators gymnastics team. So, number one, the explanation of why the individual was selected for the interview. I selected Jenny Rowland, the head coach of the Gators gymnastics team, because I've always looked up to her, and she has practically my dream job. This is something that I want to do, and to get her perspective on a leadership role would be amazing. Just to get to pick her brain about what she thinks makes a great leader can help me understand someone's perspective that is in a major leadership role and see how it relates to what we're learning in this class. Having the opportunity to do this is just, an amazing opportunity for me to pick her brain, to see what she does differently, and to see what her perspective is on becoming a leader and what she looks for in a leadership role. Number two, the student's perception of the leader during the interview. So I thought she was very helpful. She said some things that I thought definitely I could have guessed would have said that I expected her to say, but also some things that I wasn't expecting, and it just made me see it from a different point of view. And she made some very insightful and helpful tips that she gave me. I sat in the head coach's office, which was really neat to see all the posters and the banners and the awards and the trophies and the rings all around, and just to have that and be in that environment was really neat. It was neat to see how she held herself. She held herself with such poise and confidence, but it was also that she didn't seem conceited or closed off from it. She was very opening and warm, and I think that's a good quality to have as a leader, is to have a welcoming persona per se, I guess, but also have the confidence that you know what you're doing and you know what you're talking about. She didn't come off as demeaning at all. If anything, she was just very welcoming, and I thought it was really neat that all the doors in the office were open, as if if anyone needed help at any time, that they could go into those offices and ask for advice or whatever they needed to. Number three, the key leadership characteristics discussed by this person during the interview. She mentioned some such as empathy, honesty. She wanted to inspire others, that she thinks is a good characteristics to have. Commitment, passion, communication, accountability, positive attitude, ability to go with the flow, to be prepared, and able to have the authority and delegate people into what you want to do. So definitely these are some good characteristics that I think any leader should aspire to have, but to hear her say them and see what she's looking for, and for someone in a leadership role, and also something that she thinks is helpful to acquire for someone in such a high position. Some of these characteristics I thought were interesting. She said that she has to work on herself to feel the confidence that she needs for herself, but there's also some that she needs to portray and show others, that she is willing to have open arms. She's willing to show communication and openness, and I thought that was really a good differentiation, that she showed that there's things that she needs to work on, but there's also things that she needs to show to others to have a good leadership role. My perception of the leader after the interview was definitely that she was a strong leader. I can see why people respect and admire her so much. She takes a very others approach, which means she looks for what she can help others in and how she can help them become better. I think that's definitely a lot of what we've been talking about in class. She reiterated and kept saying how she is never going to force anyone to do anything. Her style is more, she wants them to come to her, and she wants to work together with them to work together to reach their end goal and their full potential. Since she is an authoritative position, but in a good leadership role, but she also needs to help guide young girls into becoming good leaders, good people, good gymnasts. I liked how she allows them to make mistakes and learn from those mistakes, but help them grow as people, as gymnasts, and come together, and they can work together towards reaching their full potential. She kept reiterating how she liked to have the girls feel like they own their life, they own their what they're doing, and they can both work together into finding what best suits them and how they can approach that and just become better overall. Some cool things or key statements made from the head coach that I thought were really beneficial knowledge and understanding of leadership on a practical level was that she tries to create a consistent environment, which I think creates a very open and you're not as afraid to come to people that have say a consistent environment, because you're not going to be scared of how they react if they'll do something crazy off the walls, really high, really low, that you just know that they're going to be steady and come up with a good way to handle and approach things. She also mentioned how one of my interview questions were if I asked her if any experiences influenced her greatly to become in such a great leadership role, and she mentioned how early on she really tried to, she was a sponge, she referred to it as, and she really tried to really take in and watch from people above her and see what they did and how people reacted to that. So she really tried to learn and take in new perspectives and new tools and resources and how she can approach to become a better leader. I asked if she could give me any advice before she left, and she said that tough situations will happen, and I asked, how can you deal with tough situations and how can you help impact people, and from a place of love, but wanting to help them, but not coming off as too much or mean even. So she just said to try to act as if what you're going to say. So you can't just talk the talk, you also have to walk the walk. So not only act a certain way, or not only say something that you want to say, but also act that way, because more people are going to follow when you're showing what you preach, and when you follow what you do, that makes more people want to do what you do. And especially if you're being successful at it, if you're being successful at it and you want to help others reach their full potential, then you just got to keep doing what you're doing and have open arms and really just be the best you can, so you can help everyone move forward to their end goal.